Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you in this daily PIB announcement video. In the morning these the Hindu paper announcement videos they come, and in the evening the PIB videos they come. Both in Hindi and English you get these lessons, and as we are taking these lessons in the prelims oriented way and MCQs we are discussing them on a daily basis, and whatever update is there on the PIB website we are taking all these things. So we are covering the current affair section very efficiently here, and all the questions you should revise before 2nd June examination. So that can be a major help for you people, because we have been taking these most reliable sources in these two lessons. So that's very important. So let's start the lesson without wasting the time. These are the numbers there you can call and you can ask for these pen drive courses, and all these courses are available here. The website address is given here. Chat section you will find there all the queries you can ask there, and all these things are available at 60% of all these important courses. Minister of Parliament Affairs they have announced this, that cabinet approves the dissolution of the 16th Lok Sabha. You see, there is a dissolution in the end, and after the dissolution there cannot be done any work with respect to the last Lok Sabha. So it is the final hit, and after that that is ended and the next Lok Sabha starts. And you see, if it is completing 5-year term, then before the completion of the 5-year term there will be elections, and this particular provision is given in the article 83(2), because these are related to union from 52 to 151. This is the part 5 of the constitution, and there in article 83(2) it is given there that House of the People, that Lok Sabha, unless sooner dissolved, shall continue for 5 years from the date appointed for its first meeting, and no longer at the expiration of the said period of 5 years shall operate as a dissolution of the House. And you see, they will count the date from the first meeting of the last Lok Sabha. So it was 4th of June 2014 last. So the expiry date for the 16th Lok Sabha would be 3 June 2019. But now official announcement is there, and President will announce now, and if he announces before 3rd of June, then it will be called dissolved, and the next Lok Sabha will start working after that. 30th June is the oath taking ceremony, and then the first session of the Lok Sabha that would follow. So the chapter number 22 of the Parliament in the Lakshmikant's book, that is going to be extremely crucial this year, and for the next year's prelims and this year's mains also, you should go through all these provisions. Okay, next, the biofuel that was created in the CSIR IIP lab in Dehradun in 2013. Now it has got an important certification for the flight in Russian-made AN-32 aircraft. And you see, the percentage of the blending would be 10% of the indigenous biojet fuel. You see, that means 90% would be the conventional fuel and 10% would be the biojet fuel. So that's important. And you see, for the future when we are gonna lower our dependence on the conventional fuels, then this blending is gonna be the most important thing. And you see, in the air travels and all these services, the fuel covers a major area of the expenses. So if that can be produced by the bio area, means biofuel area like biodiesel or bioethanol or something like that, and it can be blended with this ATF, then nothing can be better than that. So evaluation tests and trials with this green aviation fuel, they were going on for last 1 year, and now it has been given for IAF's AN-32 aircraft. We have taken this aircraft from Russia. It is a Russian made aircraft, and the biojet fuel is made indigenously in India only. Next, Ministry of Defense it announces that DRDO successfully flight tested a guided bomb. This is the guided bomb system, and it can bring multiple deliveries in the area, and in the Pokhran test range, which is there in western Rajasthan, so there it was tested. So it's an important update here. Now the question, Kranti Mandir series, there's an important complex, and right now there are 5 important museums. All these are there. Drishyakala Museum is related to the Indian Art and Culture. Museum on Freedom Struggle, it is named as Azadi Ke Diwane, and in March 19 this year it was inaugurated by Union Minister of Culture, that Mahesh Sharma, and it is named as Azadi Ke Diwane, and it is regarding the freedom struggle movement of 1947. Before that the period went by, and all the freedom fighters they are remembered here. Yad-e-Jallian Museum is regarding the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, and Netaji Bose Museum, that was inaugurated in January by Prime Minister of India. And one more is there, that is related to 1857 freedom struggle. So in total 5 important museums are there, and they all are counted under the Kranti Mandir series in the Red Fort complex in Delhi. Red Fort complex, remember that. So C all would be the correct answer here. You can see this is Red Fort, and these 4 are given here, and the 5th one, Azadi Ke Diwane, that was inaugurated in March 2019. So the Azadi Ke Diwane is the 5th in the series, Kranti Mandir series, they may call it. Raisina Dialogue, you see, since 2016 this particular process is going on. First there used to be only one Shangri-La Dialogue, that was the Asia's major security dialogue process, and on the name of a hotel in Singapore, Shangri-La, that was named as a Shangri-La Dialogue, and that was the major one for Asia, most important one. Now on the line of that particular dialogue, Raisina Dialogue was created, and mainly the External Affairs Ministry and Observer Research Foundation, a very important body which is having all these think tanks of India, the genius minds and security experts and all these people, and subject experts are there, and they all are taking part in this, and these two are organizing this Raisina Dialogue for the last 4 years. 4th one completed in India this year. Raisina Hills, there this Rashtrapati Bhavan is located, so they are naming it as Raisina Dialogue process, and it is regarding geopolitics and foreign policy. So people related to these areas, entrepreneurs, the ministers, officials, the experts, the security expert people, policy experts, they all are taking part here in this Raisina Dialogue process. Okay, so ORF and Ministry of External Affairs, you can read the text here, it is given in the PDF. Measles, it's a major danger this year when it was discussed globally that it is coming back, and due to less vaccination it has become a huge issue, and many kids are vulnerable because it's a vaccine preventable disease. Otherwise it is very much dangerous for the lives of kids, and there used to be many fatal cases of measles. So it's a viral disease, and there used to be rashes on the body, and due to this infection many kids lost their lives. Then the vaccination process, that was the biggest help there, and it was totally vaccine preventable disease. So now some lack of vaccination that some countries saw, and due to that this is the major comeback of this measles virus, and that's a really dangerous disease. So B is the answer, it's a viral disease. MMR is the vaccine. Measles, mumps, rubella, these 2 important viruses are there, and for them this inactivated dose is given to kids, and so that they can develop later in their lives important activated immunity against the viruses. Okay, so it's a global measles outbreak. This year it was discussed heavily. Next, Asia Cooperation Dialogue. You see, many important regional organizations, and not only from Asia, they are from Europe, they are all from other areas of the globe also, and there is a cooperation dialogue, means with the Asian region and with the Asian important organizations, there is a push with the other organization, and it's a cooperation between them. So that's important, and it's a continental level cooperation dialogue. So Asia Cooperation Dialogue. So first is wrong, because it is saying about Asia only. This is wrong. European Economic Council is also there, so you cannot say Asia only. Second, Iran actually hosted the 2018 summit, not India. So both are wrong, and D, none is the answer here. You can read everything here. ASEAN, SAARC, Gulf Cooperation Council, Eurasian Economic Union, they are here, and intergovernmental organization created on 18 June 2002, and ACD, Asia Cooperation Dialogue, they call it. 34 states are there right now, and in Iran, Tehran, the 2018 summit happened. Next, United Nations Road Safety Trust Fund. Road safety is a major thing. There are 2 things very much like a black spot on our image. One is air pollution, second is this road safety. In both these areas we are failing very badly, and many lives are lost. We made a world record in 2015 year, where it was the highest number of road accidents and road killings in our country. So this becomes very important for us. You see, UNECE, there this particular trust funds secretariat is there. So first is correct, second is wrong, because directly and indirectly in both ways it is discussed in the sustainable development goals also, in goal 11 and 13 both. So this is wrong. Third is correct. This decade is going on as decade for road safety. So 11 to 20, as many other important themes are going on, but this is also a theme for this particular decade. So road safety. So 1 and 3 is the correct option here. B is the right answer here. You can see Road Safety Trust Fund will serve as a catalyst for much needed progress towards the road safety targets of the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, this decade is going on, and you can observe all these important goals and important features of it. The PDF I'm giving you daily, so you can go through it very easily. We will not waste time here. And development goal 3 and 11 both are relevant here, and in both these things, directly and indirectly, these this particular transportation and the sustainable life, safe life, and the road accidents, they are heavily discussed there. Okay, next, ISP plus. You see, ISP plus, it's a group of partners committed to improve the health of citizens in developing countries. That is perfectly correct. This particular group is very, very important, and it was in much highlight last year. So they may ask you last year's current affairs data, because for 2-3 years now they are taking data, not only for 1 year current affairs. So some major things you must remember before the prelims examination. So this question can be very, very important, and it is actually World Bank and WHO, not UNICEF. So this is wrong. Third one, 7 behaviors is the key term related to it, so that is correct. So 1 and 3 is the correct option here. C is the correct option here. WHO and World Bank, remember that. IHP plus, it's a group of partners committed to improve the health of citizens in the developing countries mainly. So remember that, developing countries. So it relates to India also. And you see, on the lines of it, many programs are running in India also. So there was a mention of it in the PIB news also. Okay, 7 behaviors. These are most critical areas for action for development, and these partners, they have become known to them, so they are naming them as 7 behaviors. So that means there must be changes and there must be improvement in these 7 areas, so they are calling it 7 behaviors. And you see, developing countries, the government, civil society organizations, and all the partners are counted under it. Next, UN Global Compact. Recently I discussed this issue that a sustainable future is the major need, and all these MNC companies and all these corporate houses, they are requested to invest in the sustainable businesses, so that we will not have major existential threats. Otherwise, the way we are moving, the way this world is moving, the way these companies are exploiting the resources and all, then it has become the very irresponsible thing from humans, and we are actually challenging our own future. So this SSI initiative was there by United Nations, and under it, Global Compact is also helping United Nations here. And cities program was launched in 2002, and the secretariat is there in New York. It is not in Hyderabad. This is wrong. Second is wrong, first is correct. Okay, you can read the text here. Everything is given here. Human rights, labor, environment, and anti-corruption areas. These are the major areas where we need to work, because these are the basis of the all the problems which are relatable with the sustainable future. So if we want a healthy environment, if we want a healthy future, sustainable future, then we need to work on all these areas. Otherwise, it is totally impossible. And here, all these companies and corporate houses, they will have to take some pledges here. 2 important goals: mainstream the 10 principles in the business activities and catalyze actions in support of broader UN goals. So SDGs are the most important work area here. Okay, headquarters there in New York. So thanks a lot, keep watching, and the text you can read here, the way they are gonna work here. 10 principles are given here. Okay, so they are working, and you see the city of Melbourne proposed the cities initiative there. Okay, and that UN Global Compact, that was relatable with that. And here Melbourne became the first city to engage the Global Compact in June 2011. So if they ask you that in which city this was started, so it is Melbourne, and Global Compact's headquarters there in New York. So that is the case. So we will meet again tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Keep watching. It was Amit Sani.